Like, what's the, I know now if you start feeling like I can't wait, then that's probably off.
Gotcha.
Yeah. If you feel like I can't, and overriding those that God has put in authority over your life. That's
you should have waited for a brother.
Slick.
You should have waited for a brother.
All day.
Well, I can't say that. I should have waited for a sister. Because I had 2 demonic dress rehearsals before you showed up. And you talking about heartache. But I say this all the time that 24 years of great marriage with this woman, blended family. We even did a show on it with Bravo, Thicker Than Water, The Tankards. Most of you have seen it. 3 seasons with Bravo. It's on Peacock Network now if you want to see the old episodes. We got a new season we shot ourselves, Thicker Than Water, The Tankards, will be uploaded here shortly on YouTube. And so thank you guys for joining and liking and sharing and subscribing and following us. I'm trying to figure this thing out. I'm a rich guy with a cute wife that's trying to figure out how to be a podcaster. And I do many things. I fly planes. I'm a musician.
Yeah.
I do concerts.
Yes.
If you Google me, that's the first thing that comes up.
Yes, baby. Yeah, Google me, baby.
being a musician. But I couldn't do that without this woman who I've got at the white mic today. And I want her to talk about the kingmaker side of her, because that's, of all what she does, what benefits me the most is the fact that she has a way of looking inside of my soul and my spirit and seeing what needs to be corrected, pulled on, pushed at the right time, challenged, encouraged. I call her a kingmaker. Women only come in 2 flavors, kingmaker and king breaker. And this chick right here, she's a kingmaker. We're going to talk a little bit more about it when we get right back. This segment powered by Big Baller Brand. Full Tank Podcast from the bench. Here's the question. How does a man get over heartbreak that he caused?
I would say you got to find out why you caused it and then don't do it again.
Yeah, the first stage is admitting. So you caused the heartache. It don't even have to be relationships. It could be your mom, your cousin, your best friend. How do you get over it when you know it's your fault? Come to Destiny Center. I'll show you how to get over that stuff. Come to church. This segment powered by Big Baller Brand. Visit BigBallerBrandInc.com for the latest releases in clothing, shoes, and more. Triple B, Big Baller Brand. Ben Tankard here with the cutest girl in the world, Full Tank Podcast, and we're talking about this kingmaker, how she's able to bring the best out of the men in her life, her sons, her father, uncles, brothers, and of course, her husband. And I'm just honored to be your husband.
Oh.
Where did you get that gift, kingmaker, from? Talk about that, because you wrote a book on it.
Well, I'm honored to be your wife. I think, Proverbs 31, the Bible talks about how that girl was like covering him in prayer. He was known in the gates. He sat among the elders of the land, and she was a wise woman. She was a businesswoman. She had no fear for her household because she stocked it. I mean, she was a bad chick, just meditating on that. And I think every wife is anointed by God if she would cooperate with him to bring out the best. And I've just learned, and I've had great examples too. My parents are married, 57 years, and mom is such a cheerleader, Mm-hmm. But I've learned that you bring out the best by affirming what already is. And
give an example of that. Play that out.
Okay. So when you said you wanted to start podcasting, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. It's so great, and you bought, the first camera, and I was like, yay, you bought the lights. Yay. I think celebrating every single step of the way, every single step of the way, celebrating it. Even how you're interviewing me today, I'm like, look at my baby. I mean, I'm not saying that just to gaslight you, for real, you're good. I see growth there. So I think just acknowledging every time you see growth in your spouse, in your husband, to let him know that you see it and that you appreciate it, because I think all men probably are going to do much better with affirmation and celebration than nagging. And
Yeah.
I've always tried to make sure I never nag.
And you have a gift of making me feel like what you're telling me was my idea. I'm like, how did she do that? How can
Sometimes it is.
how can and I think it's important for our listeners to understand that this is a work in progress. You know, this is 24 years. And so when you first hear Jill talking about being a kingmaker, you might not be a champion kingmaker in one day, but God is going to add that comma. And as you exercise it more, you'll get better at it. I don't think you'll graduate from Kingmaker College that quick. It just because I hope that I'm an easy king to make.
Oh my gosh, you're amazing. I mean, you were already a king. God had already put that in you.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just was anointed to pull out what was already in you. It's just like me. I knew I was supposed to have this big life. I didn't have the faith that you did.
Mm-hmm.
You taught me faith. I had been taught faith, but you demonstrated faith. I had somebody up close saying, yes, we can do it. And I was like, no, we can't. You know, you're like, yes, we can.
I remember when we bought the biggest house we ever bought. We were coming out of a previous home, and we had, in order to make the deal, we had to do we couldn't do a contingency where your first house had to sell before you bought the second house. We just had to make the offer and be stuck with 2 notes for a season, and that scared you. You was like, ooh. I said, baby, you know, we got this thing, you know. But you know, I didn't have no good credit to protect. You had good credit. I had prisoner credit. And so I'm like, well, I got to lose. I'm gonna believe God anyway. If you don't want to know where God is, check the end of your rope and the end of your credit.
Listen.
But God did it.
Yeah, no, he did. So you really did teach me faith in that. And so I think me honoring what God had already put in you, you know what I mean? You were already a king, and I saw it, and I believed in you. And when I started to see growth, I was like, oh yeah, he can do it.
Here comes the comma. So you're the comma carrier.
Oh yeah.
You got a pocketbook full of commas.
Oh yeah. I think all women are. But I think women have to also not just be willing to push your man and bring out the best in him, but continue to grow and bring out the best in yourself.
That's good. That's good. Because I'm so proud of you, because you're getting your
general contractor license.
Come on, a cute girl with a hard hat like that.
In the name
Come on,
of
that's like a lawyer degree right there.
Bless the test, God. Ooh, child.
But what I want to hit, baby, is this, because I am wounded in my spirit by what I see online and so many panels and the debate, the battle of the sexes.
Yeah.
You know, the women against the men, and the women making demands. You know, unless you make this amount, you can't even ask my phone number. Don't be taking me to no Cheesecake Factory. And then the men saying, unless you're 36, 24, 36, you know, you can't have a body count more than 3 guys in the 35 years you've been alive. I mean, what is going on? The requirements are just going. Who can meet the demands of the sexes now? It's like you're gonna be by yourself with a bunch of sex toys. If you're gonna be by yourself, talk about I got a man. You know, talk about that.
I don't know, bruh. Like, I'm kind of tripping that I'm listening and I'm hearing women say, you know, if he doesn't make more than me, I don't want a man. And I'm not saying, I understand you want someone successful, but I think in any marriage, there are seasons where you made way more than me. There were seasons where I made more than you. Then there was another season where you made more than me. You know, depending on where you are, that can flip at any time. So if our relationship is solely based on that, that's not going to be a good fit.